Today in this video, I'm going to answer the question, can you rent a single family home? Renting a single family home in real estate might be the easiest way to get started in real estate, but some people might be unsure where to start. Well, by the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of the ins and outs of renting single family homes. You'll walk away equipped with actionable strategies to successfully rent out single family homes and significantly boost your real estate investing game. Did you know that single family homes is one of the fastest growing segments of real estate in the country? As we roll into this video, I want to help you understand the power of renting out single family homes and how that can be a catalyst to acquire massive wealth. Let's dive in by first understanding why single family homes are such a great investment vehicle when it comes to building wealth. Next, I'm going to cover what strategies you can utilize when it comes to renting single family homes. And finally, what I'm currently doing right now when it comes to renting out single family homes. If you're ready, let's go. Single family homes have always been the bedrock of the American fabric when it comes to real estate and real estate investing. And one of the reasons for that is there are so many different cool strategies you can utilize when it comes to single family homes. However, it doesn't mean that there haven't been stretches in history where single family homes have maybe gone down in value or there's been challenges with buying and renting single family homes. But I would still argue that it has been one of the best and most efficient and consistent ways for building wealth when it comes to real estate investing. A powerful statistic when it comes to single family homes is they have a very low vacancy rate, right? As far as being able to rent a single family home, typically a single family home in a typical area is going to be rented out 92 to 94% of the time. And that's pretty amazing when you think about it. And a lot of times those tenants who are renting out single family homes usually end up being better tenants than somebody, say, renting an apartment or a condo or a townhome. But what does our current economic situation tell us now about single family homes and the ability to rent them out? Here's what we do know. People will always have a goal of home ownership. Whether they own a home or not, a lot of times they need a home to live in, so they might be renting it out. So single family homes, whether it's the desire to have home ownership or a place to live, renting it out, it's always going to be part of the bedrock of the American culture. Also, something that's been challenging, there's never been probably a more challenging time to acquire home ownership with prices and interest rates being as high as they are right now. So what does all this mean for you as a real estate investor? It definitely means there's opportunities when it comes to single family homes if you understand creative real estate strategies to take advantage of it. And that's probably one of the most important things. A lot of people think, okay, I'm just going to jump in, I'm going to buy a single family home. However, if you don't understand some of the creative strategies out there, it might be challenging for you to take advantage of single family homes, especially in a current market situation like we are right now. Now, this is where it gets a lot of fun. Let's talk about some of these strategies. Now, obviously, there are the traditional strategies like just buying a home and renting it out to somebody. And if you think about it, this is still an awesome strategy. You're buying a home and somebody else is paying your mortgage, your taxes, insurance, while at the same time, as they pay that over the years, the amount that you owe on that piece of property is being paid down by somebody else. And if you rented that out for the full term of the home ownership, which you own it for 30 years, eventually you're going to own an asset free and clear that was paid for completely by somebody else. Now, I know that's on one end of the spectrum, but I want you to understand the power of renting out single family homes that you own and somebody else is paying your bills for. So here are some other strategies when it comes to renting single family homes. Obviously, you could wholesale them, right? Find a good deal on a single family home, get it under contract, and assign or flip that contract to somebody else. Wholesaling is a massive industry today in the United States where there's people making a ton of money doing that. Another strategy is short-term rentals. Now, if you talked about this 15 years ago, a lot of people didn't even know what you're talking about. Airbnb comes onto the scene. All of a sudden, people would rather stay at a home than a hotel. So if you own a property in an area that's desirable where people are traveling to, chances are you could rent that property out for short-term stays and make really good money from that. There's a lot of people doing that. I love short-term rentals personally, and it's a great way to make a lot of money on a piece of property. Another strategy that's a little bit more creative is one called lease options, and I'll talk a little bit more about that here in a second. And another strategy that most people have never heard of or don't know about is something called slow flips, right? It's where you buy the piece of property and you're planning to flip it in maybe 2 years, rather than turning around and flipping it rather quickly. So you have somebody renting out the home from you, and you're utilizing that money that you're receiving from them, and you become the bank. You're seller financing it to them, and you're taking the money and you're paying off private money that was lent to you to buy the home outright. And the goal is to have that money coming in as if it were a bank, and you treat the loan that you're getting from a private money as a car loan. So you want that paid off in 5, 6, or 7 years, and the money coming in every single month. And because you are becoming the bank, you can charge a little higher interest rate, and that payment that's coming in is making the payment to the private money lender. But a few important aspects when it comes to that is making sure that you get the property at a really good price and turn around and sell it at market value. So that difference in price of what you bought it for and selling it for, down the road, you're making that money as well. Now, here's a strategy I'm utilizing right now that's similar to a slow flip, but I'm utilizing lease options, and that's called cash flow flipping. I love this strategy, and it is something you can do in any market, in any condition, with little to no money out of your pocket. So here's what you do. You find that private money lender that allows you to borrow money from them, and it could even be 10, 11, 12%. I have some investors that are loaning to me because they know this is a powerful strategy, and they're also in first position on that property where they're lending to me at 8 or 9%. But let's say that you found somebody who's willing to loan you money at 12%. And you find a home. I'm looking for homes in the Midwest, and I'm looking for homes that are below $100,000, and I'm negotiating like crazy. Probably I'll put 10 offers on a home, and maybe 1 or 2 of them might get accepted. But for example, if I found a home that's listed for $70,000, I want to try to get that home for about $50,000, about 30% what they're asking. When I get that, say $50,000, I buy it outright for cash, and that's maybe one of the reasons why they're selling it below market value, because I can close quickly and I can get them cash. Now, when I get that money and it comes in, I'm paying 12% a year on $50,000. That is $6,000 or $500 a month. And then what I'm doing a lease option where the person has the right to buy that property from me at a certain price down the road. And in order for me to take that home off the market, they're gonna pay me an option price. It's anywhere between 2 to 7% of the purchase price. And I'm selling it to them at market value 2 years down the road. So they look at it as a good deal because they're saying, I'm getting this home right now for $70,000, which is what market value is, and I can get it 2 years down the road. In their mind, they're thinking that there's gonna be some appreciation. So let's run through this scenario. Over the course of 2 years, if I'm charging them $1,000 rent, which I will count a little bit of that money, maybe $100 every single month that they can count towards their down payment. And over the course of 2 years, I make that money every single month. I pay the $500, right? And I'm making $900 because I'm counting $100 every single month towards their down payment. And by the end of 2 years, I would have made about $400 a month, and I'm counting $100 a month towards the down payment, which is going to be, over the course of 2 years, $2,400. And let's say they pay me $2,000 for an option to take that off the market. I've got $4,400 that they can now count towards their down payment, and they purchase it from me at $70,000 2 years down the road, and I pay off the $50,000 loan, and I pocket $20,000 plus the money I made every single month. This is a strategy that is absolutely crushing it. And if you want to know more about this, exactly how I'm doing it, click on the link below, cashflowflipping.com. It is my book that explains in detail how to do this. Thank you for stopping by. Have an amazing day.